All right, y'all. So I am officially in week 11 of my alternate day fasting strategy. Sunday, I officially ended week 10. Within this 12-week period, I am now down to 3% body fat. Well, I'm down 3%. I've dropped 3% in total. I started at 12%. I have now dropped down to 9% or like an 8.8 or something like this, right? So we'll see by the end of week 12, let's see if I can get down to, 8% or maybe even a little bit below that. We'll see how the numbers shake out. Being patient with the process, right? Previously, I've done 36-hour alternate day fasting strategy, right? Pretty much going to bed on an empty stomach on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, right? Very aggressive approach, but highly effective. This one is a bit more modified because I'm only doing 24-hour fast. So I'm not doing the full 36 hours, right? Because I'm really kind of optimizing my strategy for sustainability and stress management. Going to bed on an empty stomach after a full day of fasting is pretty tough. It's very demanding, right? Going to bed hungry or going to bed real empty, it can get in your head a little bit, especially if you're a person like me who just likes eating. I enjoy eating, and a big part of my life is just food in general, right? So that's pretty challenging. However, very effective. But there are some things that you should know, because this isn't just a caloric deficit, right? This is not a strategy that you use just to create a caloric deficit. That's not what this is, right? As far as the body fat percentage drops, right, the body recomposition, that mainly is going to happen on the fasting days, right? But weight loss should not be a thing that you're thinking about on your eating days, okay? This strategy works when you really optimize for stress management. So on your eating days, you want to kind of eat as if you're trying to gain weight. So think about, like, let's say you calculate what your maintenance calories is. What you want to do is you want to eat about 20 to 25% above that, right? So you just add 20 to 25% to that number, all right? And that'll keep you from under eating, because this strategy is going to go sideways on you. It's going to turn out real rough if you're under eating on your eating days. It'll really get in your head. It's not a good feeling, all right? So you really want to eat in abundance and give yourself a longer time window. So like eating like around 10 hours a day or something like that, or have a 10-hour eating window, maybe even a 12-hour eating window or something like that, however your schedule kind of works out. Now, as far as training, okay, you may need to scale your training back a bit. So give yourself some guardrails. So for me personally, one thing that I find that really works, as well as the people who I'm coaching as well, when you really listen to your body, things work out better for you. Stress management is your top priority when following a strategy like this, okay? I would rather you not do as much work as opposed to doing too much work, okay? So putting on the guardrail. So if you're training 60 minutes a week, chances are this is going to be around 2 30-minute sessions. If you're training 90 minutes a week, then this is going to be 3 90-minute sessions, okay? There are exceptions, so you can train, each session can be 20 minutes. So basically you're doing 60 minutes, basically total, but 20, 40, 60, right? So you could do it that way as well. But think about, like, sometimes on your training days, you may feel a little sore, run down, kind of fatigued. You don't really have the motivation to train, or in your head, you don't believe you can train with the necessary intensity that you need to train with in order to outperform last week's numbers. If that's the thoughts in your head, if that's how you feel, take an extra rest day. So if your training schedule is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and when Wednesday comes and you don't really feel quite ready to train again, you don't feel at your best, it's completely okay to drop Wednesday and pick it back up on Friday. Getting into the habit of doing that, giving yourself more grace, and taking more time to recover and reduce your stress will give you way better results. It'll even give you strength gains when you take more time off and optimize for recovery. If you want to build muscle, just understand you don't build muscle if you're not recovering. You only build muscle and increase strength when you're recovering. The work becomes completely irrelevant if you're not recovering. Now, you can overextend and train even though you're incredibly fatigued. But just understand, you're putting yourself in an energy and recovery debt when you do that, right? This is like a physiological over-leveraging. So you can push it, but just understand you need to put some type of guardrails. If you're gonna be overextended for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, then it's a good idea that after that 3rd week, you may wanna take the 4th week off entirely, where you don't train at all on the 4th week, okay? Or maybe even in the next 2 weeks, you may train once on the 4th week and then once on the 5th week. So you can overextend for 3 weeks and then really cut your training down to 30 minutes a week on the 4th week and the 5th week, and then pick it back up and restart the cycle on the 6th week. However you decide to do it, the one thing that matters is that you have to put yourself in a position where you are adequately recovered, okay? The longer you overextend, the less effective it becomes. And you can be dropping weight, but your body fat percentage is not decreasing. And that's not what you want to see. You want to see your weight drop, but your lean mass stay the same, or your lean mass percentage stays the same. If your lean mass percentage is dropping equivalent to your weight loss, that's a bad sign, and it's more likely because you're under recovering. Poor sleep, under eating, overtraining, okay? So you really want to stay on top of how you feel and really engage in adequate levels of stress management and self-care, okay? That is the make or break thing when it comes to this strategy. This strategy is supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be simple. It's supposed to save you time and money on your grocery bill. It's supposed to free you up on time when it comes to meal prep. It's supposed to simplify your life. This is why this is so effective. But if you're tacking on a bunch of extra cardio and resistance training and all type of complications, it's not gonna work, okay? Sometimes less is more. And in this case with this strategy, straight up, unequivocally, less is more. There's a lot going on in the Tribe by Noir community. And I've been hard at work adding a lot of very valuable and important things that you need to know and learn from in order to be able to be successful on your journey. We're talking about shaving off months and even years off of the struggle to be able to reach peak health, right? And that's what this is all about here. Now, when you become a member of the Tribe by Noir community, you get access to all of the courses and guides and member exclusive live streams and video playlists and community and group coaching calls, etc. Okay? Now, with the guides, there's a few very important key guides. The first one is the High Raw Vegan Nutrition Guide and Diet Plan, or diet plans. And this teaches you how to structure your calories, your macros, your meal structure, and it teaches you how to do that in alignment in order to achieve whatever your goals are, whether that be to gain weight, lose weight, reverse metabolic disorders, and autoimmune issues, okay? And you also get recipes and things of that nature. And it's growing, so I'm adding to it periodically to make it better, okay? In addition to that, we have the alternate day fasting guide, Train, Feast, Fast. If you are looking to drop body fat in a minimal amount of time and add on years to your life, improving longevity, then this is the route to definitely go. This works much more effectively as opposed to just doing a simple caloric deficit or an aggressive caloric deficit. Train, Feast, Fast is geared towards getting you to drop body fat in a record time while preserving lean mass and cutting time off of the journey, as well as saving you money on your grocery bill. We're talking about minimalization, taking all of the complicatedness out of it and making it more efficient. As far as training goes, we have Tribe Flex. Tribe Flex is all about train anywhere and train everywhere, okay? Where you have full fitness freedom. So you can train and reach your fitness goals without the need of a gym, without the need of dumbbells, barbells, kettlebells, and all kinds of other expensive, heavy equipment and take up all kind of space and things like this. Okay, again, minimizing the process, cutting straight to the point, right? Making things as efficiently as possible. You don't have to spend 3 hours training a week, 5 hours training a week. A good 60 to 90 minutes a week is all you really need to be able to pack on quality muscle mass, improve strength and mobility. So you can go on and live your life and do other things rather than slavishly commuting back and forth to a gym wearing yourself out. And you can do it with just body weight and resistance bands. And then finally, we've got the video series for mindset and self-development, the 3 steps of self-actualization: discovery, assessment, and actualization. And that video series is geared towards teaching you and guiding you through that 3-step process so that you can get a better grip, a stronger hold, and a mastery over your personal psychology. And the reason why you really want to pay attention and take part in that is because that can shave years off the struggle, removing unnecessary mental and emotional blocks that you otherwise would have. All right? And then finally, in addition to that, you get access to the live stream replays, you get access to the growing video library of exclusive content, tutorials, and things of this nature, as well as the weekly group coaching calls that we have where the tribe comes together as a community, right on voice chat. We share our successes, our struggles, our experiences, crack jokes, live Q&A, tutorials, and all that fun stuff. So we have a good time in there. So you get access to all of this when you become a Tribe by Noir member. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the other side for just half off. It's not going to be like that forever. So if you're serious and you really want to take part, get started. And I'll see you on the other side.